Alrighty, fellas, what do you say we go ahead and get started? Yo, what's up? My name is Patrouski. Welcome to PokeMMO Stream Recap 509. If I can count correctly enough, and hopefully I can. Pokemon's a pretty math-heavy game, but I'm pretty bad at it, but we make it work. What's up? Good morning. How you doing today? Let's jump into our typical PokeMMO Stream Recap stuff, our daily news, catch events. There are 3 catch events planned right now. We'll get into all my schedule. My schedule can actually be found above my head right now. I'm going to move that down, though, a little bit so we can save ourselves some space. But if you want to see what we're doing today, it is right here. I'm going to try to start doing that more in these stream recaps so you guys know what the plan is for today. Let's go ahead and jump into first things first, catch events. As always, we have the Tropius catch event still coming up. This is a really good one. You can save yourself hundreds of hours on a really good single encounter shiny hunt. Also, it's a really good HM Pokemon to put like fly, cut. It might be able to get flash. It can get a lot of really good HMs. This Tropius catch event with a shiny prize is on Sunday the 17th of May at what is this, ET 4 p.m. ET. That is my time zone, so 4 p.m. on the Sunday 17th of May. I don't know if I'll be able to make that event, sadly. That's okay. I'll be going to a baseball game, actually. If you're at the yeah, I'll be at a baseball game, so check that out. Anyways, Route 119 in Hoenn. You're going to have 1 hour to catch Tropius, Linoon, and Ketleon for this catch event. You're going to have nature bonuses on screen. These nature bonuses will be a pretty big one. There is a great discussion of should you synchronize for this event. And honestly, I don't know the right answer. Synchronize is tough because you have to factor in the time it takes to switch from your synchronized lead Pokemon over to your catching Pokemon, especially in an event like this where you're probably using a Smeargle to catch and you want to soak it first. It's going to take so much time per catch. So it comes down to how many Tropiuses are you really running into throughout the event, right? There is a shiny Tropius up for grabs. Really amazing shiny Pokemon. This could save you hundreds of hours, right? As well as just a fantastic utility shiny. We are covering today, now little spoiler I guess, we are covering today what has been one of the best investments I've ever seen in PokeMMO over the past few months. I don't think I've covered this one yet, and it's honestly one of my biggest mistakes and my biggest regrets. I said I was going to invest in this item, and I didn't get around to it. I was too lazy. I was too slow. It was my fault, right? This is going to be, yeah, Tropius is pretty difficult to catch from my understanding. It's been a while, but Tropius is typically a pretty difficult catch from what I recall, but it's been a long time to be fair. Anyways, moving on with catch events, we have the Lilligant catch event on the Wednesday the 20th of May at 6 p.m. ET. Abundant Shrine and Unova can fly to this location if you don't know. You could have Petalil for +6, Chimecho for +4, Vulpix for -4, and Cottonee for -6. I do have plenty of catch event guides on my channel. If you aren't familiar with them, don't know how to enter them, participate, how to submit, I have tons of guides and videos. If you just Google, they should pop up. Let me know if you can't find them, though. I can always send you over a link. Next up, still on this event, there is a shiny Lilligant up for grabs. A lot of shiny prizes recently. A shiny Lilligant's a fantastic prize, a really beautiful shiny. Someone got one recently, and it really kind of turned me on to like how cool shiny Lilligant is, honestly. And I was saying earlier, and I think it's true, this event is a little bit different. I don't think it's a typo. I don't know. I think there might just not be a 4th place for this event, which is interesting. So there's not a lowest. I don't know if it's a typo or what it is, but there is no 4th place for this event, and 2nd place gets more RP. So the RP prizes are higher since there is no 4th place. At least that's what it looks like right now. Maybe that'll get changed or adjusted. I'm not totally sure. Next up, a new catch event that I have not covered yet at all. Okay, this is a new one. This is on Saturday the 23rd of May at 4 p.m. ET at Route 18 in Kanto. Also, shout out to the PokeMMO staff who are scheduling these events so far in advance, and it helps people schedule and work around, which is really important. Like during the summertime, people are taking trips, people are going outside, touching grass more than ever. Good on you if you're doing that. It's a good thing. Thank you for hosting them so early, posting the events so early, PokeMMO staff. 4 p.m. ET on the 23rd of May at Route 18 in Kanto. You can catch Dodrio, Fearow, and Slugma for these species bonuses, and the nature bonuses are also on screen right now. +5 for Jolly, +3 for Adamant, and there is a shiny Doduo. More shiny prizes, man. A shiny Doduo up for grabs if you want to win yourself the shiny bird. This is a shiny that I didn't really care about for a while, but then my wife ended up falling in love with it, so now I've kind of, the longer you play Pokemon, I think the more shinies you find reasons to love, or the more Pokemon, honestly, in general, you find reasons to care about, which is kind of beautiful, right? All right, next up, moving on to that investment, okay? That one of the best investments I've ever seen over a short-term time period in event season. Let's go ahead and drop this in live time, and I will show it to you guys. It is the recent Xmas mystery box, and you have to keep in mind, right? You got to keep in mind, this is the first time we've ever seen these sealed products in the game. Not nearly enough people are talking about how this is a brand new sealed product added to the game this year, right? With these, the PvP mystery boxes didn't exist. That was a recent thing. I'm kind of forgetting, right? Like, this is a very, very new thing. Very, 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 very new thing. People, they only added PvP randoms, event randoms PvP this year. And that came with the new rewards, the new sealed product of the mystery boxes. There are the Halloween mystery boxes, the Xmas mystery boxes, and the Lunar New Year mystery boxes, okay? Now, we're looking today at specifically the Xmas one for a good reason, okay? These tanked as low as, or dropped, you know, normally, as you would expect from a sealed product during the event itself. These were as low as 16,000 Pokeyen during the event. 16,000 Pokeyen a piece. Let's just theoretically say that someone put 10 mil into these. That'd be a pretty moderate to hefty investment, right? Let's say that someone put 10 million Pokeyen into these. You would go ahead and you would take 10 mil. Let's divide it by like 17k, you know? So let's say someone was able to buy 588. Let's do 580. Just make it nice and clean and even, right? Let's say someone bought 580 of these mystery boxes. These are now worth 100k a piece, and they're holding. It's not like, oh, they've been inflated to 1k a piece or 100k a piece. They slowly rose. They slowly rose from that 20k. The event ended to 30k to 50k to 60k, back down. This is a very healthy market. Back down a little bit, back up, and now rising again, peaking here at like 180k at a certain point. This is a buyout, obviously, but now they're steady at 100k a piece. At 100k a piece. If you invested 10 mil into these, you turned 10 mil. I can't do math. One sec. Yeah. Into 58 mil, if my math is correct. You, what is that, 600 times your money almost? What vanity is in these? I believe it's the Christmas camo, right? I think it's the Christmas camo. I could be mistaken. Let's go ahead and actually, thank you for the for the jewels. I don't really know what that means exactly, but thank you. I believe it is for the Christmas camo, which is this vanity right here. Yeah. 5.8 mil, not 58 mil. No, it's 58 mil, Paisy. If you bought, no, it's 58 mil. If you spent 10 mil on these, you bought 580 of them. You then take 580 and multiply by their current cost. Yeah. No, you're good. You would have almost no, you're so sweet. You're perfect. I don't mean to, math is hard. I suck at math. Correcting my math is never a bad idea. Dude, it's insane. This is one of the craziest investments in PokeMMO history, man. This is insane. Over how many months? Yeah, never mind. Shut the fuck up. Everybody point and laugh. I'm terrible at math. You can point and laugh at me. Point and laugh at the streamer, never the chatters, okay? That was the Xmas event. It's currently May 13th. 7-ish months ago, but not quite. 6 months. Less than 6 months? Less than 5.5 months. In 5.5 months, you could have 600 times your money. That's ridiculous. That's one of the best, most insane rising. We got to keep an eye out for new sealed products like that, you know? It's so insane. Christmas camo is 26 mil. So I don't know if it's people just gambling on, yeah, I showed that a little, yeah. I don't know if this is, I also don't know if this is from the, I want to be clear, I don't know for sure if this is from the presents or the Santa presents or the, what's it called? It's so insane. It's so insane. To see a 600 time, it's just so crazy. It's so nuts. So wanted to talk about that. It's a crazy investment. Is it 6 times? Is it 6 times? Oh yeah, it's 6 times, right? This is why it's good to double check my math, okay? That's what I'm talking about. Is that right? Yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, thank you, chat. Yay. Okay, we get our math at a good enough rate. All right, moving on, fellas. Thank you, chat, as always. Moving on to the achievement showcase. We have some banger achievement showcase. Yeah, it's not I'm terrible at math. There you go. Achievement showcase time, boys. Let's jump into it. Okay, Whirl. This is my first time ever hunting a shiny Pokemon. I wanted it so bad, and I was rewarded with his patience. Dude, he added hidden ability access on to later, I believe is the only way to do this, but he was able to get a 17,000 or so encounter. Shiny Slowbro, look at the stats. That's what's insane about this. That's what's so crazy. Let me like zoom in. Dude, congratulations to you, Whirl. This is his first shiny, I believe, and he really wanted one of these. Yeah, what the fuck are those IVs? 168 overall IVs, 31 in HP. The attack's kind of irrelevant, but whatever. 25 plus defense, 20 plus attack, 29s with def, 20. Like, that is a ridiculous IV shiny. That is insane, man. Congratulations on your first shiny. Is super sick, man. Next up, Wizen Dealer. After defeating Johto, his 4th region, he wanted to start looking for some roaming legendary Pokemon. A fantastic goal. So he made a payday pickup Munchlax to payday and pick up, make some Pokeyen while going for that grind. I love this guy's brain. I love what you're doing, man. After 100 encounters, he got himself an Entei, and then 800 encounters later, he got himself a Zapdos, and then, oh, sorry, excuse me. 800 encounters later, he didn't get the Zapdos. He got something better, a 2x31 shiny Pidgeotto. I love the theory that the Munchlax is just lucky. This is hard work. I mean, this is hard work, grinding, new player coming into the game, developing themselves, and seeing it pay off is always beautiful to see. Awesome work, Wizen Dealer. Congratulations to you, man. Next up, Dina V finally defeated all permanent raid legendaries after 600 hours. This is an amazing achievement. I haven't done this on a single PokeMMO account. Like, this is a sick achievement, man. This is a really cool thing. I love people go for this. I think the permanent raids are underutilized pieces of content by myself. I don't do them enough. I don't focus on them enough. I have too many shiny hunting goals like a goofball. But if you haven't tried them or done them, if you're bored of Pokemon, you haven't done all of the permanent raids, try, dude. You can do. They are attainable. There are amazing guides on them on YouTube. Check them out. Congratulations to you, Dina V, on that goal. It's a great thing to help push for people to try to do. Next up, Zen Heals. Been playing the game on and off since 2016, but really got into the game when Johto released. I thought I would never hit an egg shiny Pokemon, but I only ever use Dittos I cobble to my main account, my alt. So he's catching his own Dittos to farm. I'm always too broke to buy Dittos, lol. Very relatable, very understandable. Before the tracker before the encounter counter, I only made about 10,000-ish eggs split between Eevee and Charmander. So hitting Eevee at about 7,000 eggs on the tracker, it felt like winning the lottery. I assumed I was due for some pain after that, but I still rode the high anyway and was locked in on catching Dittos more than ever before. I like that the Eevee motivated him rather than like satiating his desire for the egg shinies. I think that's like a really huge green flag. 20 days later, I got my other target. I'll probably never get this lucky again, and I'm not sure what to make eggs for now, but I'm fully expecting to go 90,000 dry encounters in the future. Keep grinding, friends. This guy got a shiny Eevee and a shiny Charmander, you know, in his playtime. This is fucking awesome. It's cool to see. Also, like an on and off player like this, I relate a lot to that. I respect that a ton. Dude, congratulations to you on your 2 dream shinies. It's just beautiful to see people achieve their dreams in PokeMMO, man. It's fucking wholesome. All right, next up. This needs the full screen because it's one of the craziest, in my opinion, like stories I've seen. One of the craziest grinds I've ever seen in PokeMMO. Okay, not this. Today's achievement showcase is kind of nuts. Hey guys, I usually don't write much or often in this Discord server, but since I've read of a lot of amazing things here, I wanted to share some stuff here myself. I've played PokeMMO since January 2024, and I grind alt accounts a lot. I have 12 alt accounts split up among 4 different emails. 11 out of 12 have complete OT Pokedex finished and red access. Working on the last account at the moment, I've also found 3 Shalphas. How is that not the main part of the... Motherfucker has caught 3 Shalphas! How is that not the main point of the post? That's insane! That's unbelievable. To have the alt accounts to check all of the alphas it's so much grinding. It's so much consistency. This is like day in and day out, like consistency, man. Let me keep reading. Since I can check 12 times per alpha spawn, lol. But you earned that. You worked for that. I know alt accounts are kind of controversial right now in the PokeMMO community, and feel free to have different opinions. Everyone's allowed to their own opinion. My take on it is that alt accounts are a thing in every single MMO. Alt accounts do not destroy economies. They've never destroyed any other economy in any other MMO that I've played. Alt accounts to me is like someone having a second or a third job. You do not flame the person working more jobs. They're putting in more effort to get more reward. That is a total optional thing for them. If you disagree, I totally understand. I think it's arguable. I think it's discussable. Obviously, the PokeMMO alt account situation is a little bit more complicated because you can't just alt accounts on the same device, which is how we cut that on bot farms. That becomes a much greater discussion, but I'm here here to praise this person's hard work. That's what I care about today, and I hope we can, you know, listen to that and appreciate that, and not always have to respond when I don't like when people, you know, feel free to have your own opinion. Feel free to be against alts. I think have your own opinion. That's awesome. It's a good thing, right? It's healthy. But you don't need to respond to every person you hear about using alts with some sort of passive aggressive. Not that you do this, right? But like some people do, right? With some sort of passive aggressive comment. Don't be that person who brings up their opinion just because they can whenever it's mentioned. It's not fun. We're here to praise someone's hard work, right? So anyways, moving on to praise this person's hard work. I've also gotten raid teams ready for every character so I can play raids safely without having to risk losing hours for like random queuing. He random queued during both the 2024 and 2025 event seasons. I'm not doing that again. Like, brother had a problem and wanted to fix it. I really respect that, putting in that work for himself. I'm also working on a Heatran raid team for my third account. It's a lot of work, but it will pay off. I also have some nice drip already, but I'm pretty proud of it since I'm completely free to play. Also, once again, PokeMMO players love to complain about pay-to-win elements about the game, and that's my least favorite part of the game, are the I call it pay for advantage rather than pay to win personally, but pay for advantage elements. Alt accounts make the playing field as fair for free-to-play players as you can. I don't love the term free-to-play as well. That's another like can of worms. The problem is like 95% of PokeMMO players are free-to-play, so if we call ourselves free-to-play, it kind of just like means we're a normal, like, you wouldn't classify like you wouldn't be like, oh, Patrouski the human. Like, yeah, it's implied that I'm human, you know, like all of us are human, you know, if we're all here, right? The human PokeMMO player, yeah, we're all human, you know. It's different. You're classifying like a, you know, like someone, yeah, anyways, that's a different conversation, but that's my thoughts and my little opinions on that. Feel free to disagree respectfully. Got some drip. Also, dude, your English was perfect. Julian, these accomplishments are so sick. I wanted to show off his 3 shinies though. This was, dude, or his 3 Shalphas, his 3 shinies, his 3 Shalphas. Bro got, dude, look at the ones as well. The 3 Shalphas he has are Dragonite, Salamence, Yanmega. I'm gonna get kicked out of my apartment for yelling so loud about this guy's Shalphas. Like, that is insane. That is fucking amazing. That is so, dude, what else do I say besides congratulations? Like, that is insane. That is ridiculous. Dude, holy, what a Shalpha collection, man. Congratulations to your gamer. Nice work, Julian. Keep up the grinds. I love your consistency. I love your grinds. Don't let anybody else get you down. Much love to you, man, and keep it up. Nice work. I think you took problems in your own hands and you solved them. I think it's fucking beautiful, man. Congratulations. Yeah, also, you had a mod to make the Dragonite like purple pink, like the that's kind of based. I kind of respect that, man. I like the green. That's a different discussion. I like the green Dragonite. I think Dragonair is better. I've always advocated Dragonair is an S tier shiny and Dragonite is a B tier shiny, but people will put it in C or D tier because it's a downgrade from its evolution, so people compare it to aggressively. That's my opinion, my thoughts, but that is our stream recap intro. Make sure to like today's video if you enjoy it. It should be a pretty chill day. We're just playing the game, grinding, making our own progress, focusing on ourselves. Like today's video if you enjoy it, dislike if not, subscribe to the channel for daily videos. I do upload every single day. You can follow me on Twitch. I stream Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. If I don't, there will always be an update in my Discord. And let's go ahead and plant some leopard berries today on the IronMan account. I'll see you guys with good questions from chat and any interesting topics to discuss. I love stories like this. Crazy story, Patrouski. A few days ago, I ran into a PokeMMO player on the enemy team in Counter-Strike 2. Ended up sending him a Cottony since he's new and building up a Jimmy Run team. If that's not wholesome community, I don't know what is. Brother, thank you for your work. Yeah, and I was about to say, nicest Counter-Strike interaction of all time as well. Holy, man. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for sharing the story as well. That's awesome, dude. All right, people have been asking, has there been any news about Shiny Wars? Obviously, in my stream titles, I've been talking about my Shiny, in my videos as well, talking about my Shiny War prep for my IronMan account. Shiny War has not been announced yet for 2026. To be honest with you, it's possible it does not happen. Now, that would be a huge letdown and a big bummer. I don't think that's likely. I think it's much more likely we do see Shiny Wars happen in 2026, but just keep that in mind. It's possible, right? And for reference, last year, we didn't see a post or an announcement about Shiny War until June 18th. So it is only right now May 13th, right? We still have about 1 month or so. I would wait until mid-June to like early July. I would keep an eye out for around that for when Shiny Wars is announced. Also, if you're subscribed to the channel and you have the bell notification on, I'll also upload a video as soon as Shiny Wars is announced, covering all the details and hopefully some strategies and everything. I'll be talking about Shiny Wars nonstop once it gets announced, boys. We're just kind of in the waiting period and in the preparation period, and the consistency period right now is more important than the hype, you know, that sort of thing. So all right, speaking of consistency, I have a gym run to go do. No, you didn't, Ginger Matt. No, Ginger Matt just typed. I just hit. Link it to me. I just hit another Eevee. No, you didn't. A shiny Eevee? No, you not. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. There's. No, is that your third? No, is that four? Is it more? Is it fourth? No, you didn't. Adamant. 85. 6th. It's a 6th shiny Eevee. 6th shiny Eevee. 85, 6 out of 8. He's going for all evolutions. I remembered that. I'm so sorry for being so behind on your progress. His 6th shiny Eevee. I'm so glad. What a privilege it is to be live at that moment. Congratulations to you, man. 85. What a deserved 85,000 encounters dry. I'm throwing the Jimmy run, but who cares? This is more important. 85. This is why I have bad Jimmy runs. Okay, there's more important stuff to discuss. Literally cinema. 85,000 encounters. 6th shiny Eevee. Congratulations to you, Ginger Matt. I can't say congrats enough. That is insane, dude. Dude's an animal. Are you gonna be the, no one has all shiny evolutions, right? There's no way. No, I don't think anybody has that in game, like OT. Are you trying to be the first person to get all 8 shiny evolutions? That would be such a cool, not one, yeah, not on 1 OT, yeah. Dude, I can't wait. Someone definitely does. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I could be wrong. There's all, you know, a few Chinese community members have them across multiple accounts. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, dude, that's crazy, man. That is insane, dude. Congratulations to you, Ginger Matt. That is a insane 6 out of 8. Good luck to you on 7 and 8, bro. That breaks my heart in half. Ginger Matt said that 85,000 encounter Eevee brings his average encounters for an egg shiny down to 45k. Also, the fact that brings it down. Or I get the math confused. Ginger Matt has 6 shiny Eevees, and he is averaging 45,000 encounters per one. I hope that 7 and 8. That's insane. Oh, got you. Thank you for the correction. It was 85,000 total encounters, but only 17k Eevee eggs. So he's counting that as a dude. That's the most Ginger Matt like grind. Like it's kind of like a W. Dude, that's insane. I hope that Eevee number 7 and 8 are like both under 10k. I'm guessing. I'm gonna take some guesses. I'm gonna guess your next Eevee is at 7k, number 7. And I'm guessing number 8 is at 3k. That's my final guesses. I think you deserve it. 45k average is disgusting. Over 6 egg hunts. That's revolting. Good luck to you, gamer. I hope your RNG evens out. All you can do is keep going. Good luck, man. Dude, I appreciate you bringing this up, Jakespeare. I kind of forgot because it was actually yesterday. I recorded a few clips about it in an Iron Man episode, but I haven't said it on stream. Yesterday, I said it before, yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of the Iron Man. You asked, what am I doing for the 1-year anniversary? Something very special. I'm nothing, grinding for Shiny Wars. I'm gonna be honest, it's an honor to be here, and it's been cool to like reflect, and I went through some of my items in my bag and my Pokemon and like all my legendaries, having Jirachi. Like, it's crazy to think that everything you see on the Iron Man account did not exist 1 year ago. That's really cool. Like, that's nuts to me. Like the 1,800 hours of playtime, none of this, all of these items were just dead code. That's not true, but like they didn't exist, you know. They didn't exist in my inventory, my bag in this way. They weren't even spawned in yet. They didn't exist a year ago. It's just insane. Your Iron Man has more stuff than my main. Like that's the dream, and that's the point of the account, is to play a restricted account but get it to the point where it looks like a main. One of my favorite, like one of the biggest compliments was when people started coming into the stream and asking, hey, are you on the Iron Man or the main today? They couldn't even tell the difference. Like, if you look back at my early episodes of the Iron, it was so obvious. It was so obvious when I was on the IronMan account, because all the gameplay, I didn't have access to certain PvP Max Sweet Scent, right? I didn't have access to a Catching Umbrella or a Smeargle or like XP Reamplifier. Like, you know, like it was so obvious when I was on the IronMan account, you know? We've come a long way. I don't like to stop and smell the roses, but it is sometimes nice to slow down and whiff them as you walk by through the garden. Alrighty, fellas, it is time for either your most favorite or least favorite part of the stream recap. It is time for the MovieTrouski takes. These are my opinions on some movies that I've watched recently. That's really all it is. As simple as that. I've been really into movies over the past 1 year or so. I watch about 1 movie a day. I think movies are a great hobby to encourage right now. I've really gotten into it just over the past year or so, so I'm pretty fresh and new into like the movie as like a hobby, like a serious hobby type of thing. Watching a movie a day really teaches you a lot pretty quickly, but I still have a ton to learn, and I'm still a very big casual when it comes to this sort of thing. We have a lot of movies to discuss today, so let's just go ahead and jump into it. First things first, Over Your Dead Body with Jason Segel. I watched that in theaters. I have the movie theater battle pass where you can go and watch unlimited movies for a flat fee every month. It's really, really worth it, especially if you have like a partner and want to have date nights. I heavily recommend it. I think movies are just great. A lot of us watch movies while we grind PokeMMO or video games or MMOs. Also, movies are fantastic in the age of quick form content, you know, TikTok and Instagram. Not that those things are bad, but it's good to even it out and have, like, you know, a long-term story arc and watch like an 1.5 to 3 hour movie in between, you know, some doom scrolling, right? Let's have some, life's all about balance, you know. Make sure you doom scroll and watch a movie a day. That's where we're at, fellas. Okay. Over Your Dead Body, this movie was really fun, man. I gave it an 8.4 out of 10. I thought it was super fun. I thought it was really refreshing. It was way more comedic than I expected. I gave it a heart because I liked it so much. On Letterboxd, if you don't, the thing that you're looking at is my Letterboxd on the left hand side of your screen. If you want to go follow me on Letterboxd, I'm just Patrouski over on Letterboxd. This movie was way more comedic than I realized. There was like 1 or 2 massive decisions that I was not a huge fan of, but overall it's a very dumb little meme movie about I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's about a couple who is fighting a lot, who go on vacation, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. It's a fun bit. Okay, next up, it's good comedy. Raiders of the Lost Ark, the first ever Indiana Jones movie. I know a lot of people are not going to be happy about this, and I'm sorry. It's just my honest opinion. I wish it was better, but it's not bad. I gave Raiders of the Lost Ark a 6.7 out of 10. And I said that Indiana Jones, to me, screams high quality and great detail. And it's really, in my opinion, Harrison Ford's performance that really makes Indiana Jones. I think if you replace Harrison Ford, I don't know if this would be remembered at all, honestly. He is really the blueprint. I think Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones became this blueprint for a clever, stubborn, stoic male archetype, which has positives and negatives, but in Indiana Jones is a really fucking fun time. I kept finding the plot and the action to be deeply uninteresting, but I'm just not someone who enjoys action movies that much. And the soundtrack it's by John Williams, who also does Star Wars, but it just sounded so similar. Like way too similar in my opinion. I did give it a 6.7. God damn it. It sounded just too similar, way too similar to the Star Wars music, and it detracted for me personally, unfortunately. So I gave the Raiders of the Lost Ark a 6.7 out of 10. Not one of the best movies of all time for me personally, but still a really fun, like chill action movie to watch in the evening, like a weekday evening type beat. Next up, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Talk about the original goth girl, dude. This is a fucking banger. If you haven't seen it, this movie is iconic. I wouldn't call it like amazing, but it was pretty groundbreaking for the time. It's really just a story about don't judge a book by its cover type beat. It's a pretty simple story, but I think it's done quite well, and it's a very good like comedy satire. I really like Elvira. I think it's a good meme. Check out, if you haven't seen it, check out Elvira. Good bit, good archetype. Next up, back-to-back satire comedies, actually, from Elvira into Serial Mom. I watched Serial Mom in theaters on Mother's Day. Serial Mom is about a serial killer mom, and it's just like a, how do I explain? It's like a satire. It's like a joke. It's like a bit. It was pretty ahead of its time, but also kind of boring. It's tough to fill out 90 minutes with the same gag of like, haha, this is a house mom that loses her temper. Like, that's the whole movie, you know? So filling out 90 minutes of that is tough. I give it a 6.3 out of 10. I think it's fine. I wouldn't, you know, rush to watch it. I gave Elvira an 8.3 out of 10 for reference. All right. Next up, The Hug. The Hug is like a 5-minute short that's on like Peacock or something. I just happened to throw it on while I was like in between some chores around the house. It was really high quality and really good for a short, but it's a 5-minute short, less so of a movie. I gave it an 8.6 out of 10. The Hug is, it's kind of like, it's very similar to like FNAF, if you're familiar with that, which I, you know, can take or leave, but they did a really good job. It was really high quality in my opinion. Next up, Quasi. Now, Quasi is a medieval, these are like all comedies is what I really like comedies, what I'm realizing. Quasi is a medieval comedy about Quasimodo, about the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And it's made by the same people who did Super Troopers, which I thought it was Starship Troopers, but it's I really was not a fan of Super Troopers, unfortunately. I wish I liked it, but not my cup of tea. I thought I was going to, sadly, but I just didn't really, I just didn't find it funny. I found Super Troopers kind of boring. I actually liked Quasi a lot more than Super Troopers. Quasi is, and it's still fine. I gave it like a 5.2 out of 10. It is like a lightly worth it watch type beat. Quasi had, once again, similar to a previous movie. What was the other one that I just talked about? Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's a very high quality movie. Like Quasi has a very high, which is very fun to compare. Who has anyone else in the world ever compared Quasi it's like this niche to Indiana Jones? I might be the first person to do that. Okay, they're both very high quality, like set in like a time period type movies. I was really shocked by the quality of the sets and the costumes of Quasi, like a really dumb little comedy. But Quasi had a very wholesome message. It's about the Hunchback of Notre Dame, like trying to become the king, and he wants to like become the king for the people, and he wants everybody to be able to eat oysters. That's like the food of the gods, and the, you know, it's a really cute bit. Quasi's fun, but I watched it hardcore in the background while doing chores, and I thought it was absolutely incredibly fine. There wasn't enough jokes, and there wasn't enough jokes for a comedy movie, in my personal opinion, but it was still watchable, just barely watchable. Next up, the biggest movie on this list by far. It's crazy. Recently I watched The Godfather for the first time, and now I watched 2001: A Space Odyssey, which I hated, sorry, for the first time, and then I watched The Godfather for the first time, which I loved, you know, pretty basic, but it's a good movie. And now I've watched The Matrix for the very first time, and I was able to watch The Matrix for the very first time in theaters, which is, I'm really lucky to have movie theaters around me that do that, you know, that show these old movies. So my first ever experience watching The Matrix, I've never seen it before. I watched it in 2026, and I watched it in the front row at a movie theater. I'm a second row movie theater sitter. A lot of people, that's a whole different can of worms. Most people are middle of the movie theater seaters. I don't get that. I think that's too far back to get to. Why are you at the movie theaters, man? I'm a second row, like first, second, third row. I think second row is the best, maybe third row. I'm like up front movie theater kind of guy. I want the blasting sound and like the experience, and like if I'm at the movie, I want the movie theaters, you know. But I gave The Matrix a 9.6 out of 10, and I jokingly said, like, you know, wow, it turns out that this movie's pretty good. I think The Matrix, you can see my full review over on Letterboxd as well if you want to read it. It's kind of longish, but I think The Matrix, its biggest strengths are obviously the philosophical concept of reality versus perceived reality, but I do think it takes that very simple concept and expands it to a pretty fun degree. I think the most underappreciated element of The Matrix is just the sci-fi world. It's just a really good sci-fi story. Fuck the like philosophy, fuck everything else. The story is just really good. The sci-fi world they built is just really, really good. That alone is like, I think what makes The Matrix like so amazing. It's kind of under talked about. I think the world itself is fantastic, and the scenes and the visuals a lot of times are pretty damn good. The weakest part of this movie to me personally are the action scenes. Some of them are pretty fun and interesting and unique given the movie's unique elements and the unique physics, but a lot of them, the worst scene in the movie in my opinion is the skyscraper lobby fight. I don't want to say too much to spoil, obviously, but the skyscraper lobby fight was the most boring, weakest, like zero, like it was just action for the sake of action in my opinion. I think The Matrix is a 9.6 out of 10. I think it's a fantastic movie. Obviously a lot of people will become insufferable. There are certain movies that insufferable people love, even though they are amazing movies. I think about The Matrix, I think about Fight Club, I think about Batman: The Dark Knight. all of those movies are like 10 out of 10. So they're all amazing movies. But unfortunately, sometimes insufferable people get their grips into them, right? But this, I think, The Matrix is fantastic. I think it's fantastic. I think it's a 9.6 out of 10. Not quite a 10 for me. There are some big flaws, but I think it's very close to. I really want to compare it to The Godfather because I just watched that, but they're both just very, very, very good. The Matrix is very, very, very good. Definitely worth the watch. Now, you've probably watched it, you know, before me, but if you haven't seen it for some reason, I think The Matrix is worth the watch. Yeah, this has been talked about in the past a fair bit, but it's been a second. Someone said, do you ever see PokeMMO getting an official Nuzlocke mode? I would love to see it. I think, as an Iron Man, I think Nuzlocke should come before Iron Man. I think it should have a higher priority. I think the average Pokemon fan base would play. I think a lot more people would be drawn to or interested in PokeMMO if it was an online game with an official Nuzlocke mode. I think a lot of people would love that. I think an official Nuzlocke mode, an official Iron Man mode, where like it's similar to RuneScape or other games where when you create your character, you select a checkbox that says like, oh, I want to be an Iron Man or whatever, right? And it has the rule sets, and maybe you have like similar to and I'm just stealing all the ideas from RuneScape. In RuneScape, you have like a little helmet or like a little symbol next to your name in chat to signify that you're an Iron Man, right? So like, I think it would boost the prestige. I've seen so many people that always say, like, oh, I don't want to start an Iron Man account because I want it to be official. Which, I mean, I try to encourage. You know, I think the fun of it is just the fun of it. But I also understand, and I get wanting to wait or having the patience to like. I'd rather wait until there's an official one, and I hope that there is. I think that I really do strongly feel like one day there will be an official Nuzlocke mode and probably an official Iron Man mode. I think one day, I think they both will happen, but I think we could be anywhere from like 3 years at the earliest to like 6. Like, we're very far from them, in my opinion, and that's just the PokeMMO pace that I'm comfortable with and I'm used to, but a lot of people aren't, which I understand. I don't know if it'll happen anytime soon, but I think one day, I think it will happen, but I could be wrong. I'm so glad you asked this. As a new player, do you think you should pay for the premium membership before you start the end game? No, you don't need to. Like, donor status, in my opinion, you really only need to ever buy it if you care about shinies, and then even then, like, you don't need to. Like, as the game has progressed, and well, to be fair, it's cheap right now. As a new player, if you want to buy something with RP or spend your Pokeyen, go ahead and buy 1000 RP or whatever, and buy it's even cheaper. It's 1.4 mil. The best thing new players can do right now is buy the what's it called, XP reamplifier, because this is usually like 3 mil Pokeyen, but right now it's 1.4. It's really cheap because RP's gone down a lot in price for a variety of reasons. If you're a newer player, get things like XP reamplifier, get things like your expansion drives now while they're fucking, oh my god, way cheaper if you want to. These are usually way more expensive. Get your what else, any RP items that you want, it is best to buy them now because RP is so cheap. It's better for players who don't credit card swipe, like your ocarinas. Ocarinas were 550k for most of my time making PokeMMO content. Now they are 300k. Like, that's really good for like people. Like, we can, you know, the economy has a lot of positives and negatives right now, and I'm not an overall huge fan of it, obviously, but one of the biggest positives is it's really, really good for players who don't credit card swipe, who want to buy things like Dono status, which I don't credit card swipe for anything like that. Like, I buy all my Donos with Pokeyen on my main account. So being able to stock up on that is not a bad idea by any means, in my opinion, you know. Will RP sink further? I don't know. That's a really complicated question. We're in unprecedented times. We've never seen RP this cheap before. I don't think ever, or at least not within like the past 10 years. I can't remember a time where I've seen RP this cheap. So we're in just unprecedented like new times. You know, I just don't know. I don't know. You know, it's hard to predict that. I've never heard that suggestion. We were just talking about how like donor status is so cheap, where if you're gonna shiny hunt 10 hours in one day but then not for the rest of the week, it is still weirdly worth it sometimes to pop a 7-day dono, which is kind of crazy. But Ginger Matt said we need a 3-day donor status for the weekend gamers. Yeah, why not? I don't know how much it would cost. Would it be like 250 RP probably, which is like, you know, not, but like, yeah, I think it's a great idea. Also, it would also make this like 4 squares versus 3 for all the OCD gamers out there. Like, dude, like, hell yeah, I'm so down for a 30-day donor status, or sorry, 3-day. The weekends, I like the weekend specific argument is so good for your average player. I think a 3-day donor status would go hard, honestly. It's a great way to fill out the RP shop in that way, in a healthy way. All right, time is passing faster than I expected. We streamed for about 3.5 to 3:45 or so today, fellas. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had something to go get to in a little bit, so I hope you guys had a fun time. Hopefully you like the stream if you enjoyed it. Dislike if not, that is okay. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos. I do upload every single day. Follow me on Twitch for streams like this, usually Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. I will see you guys later. Discord's down below if you're interested in that. Want to go above and beyond and support the YouTube membership, blah, 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 blah. Have a great day. Go look at your PokeMMO grinds. I will see you guys later. Peace, Reno. Yo, what's up? Outro Patrouski here, and I wanted to say thank you so much to everybody's name who is on this list. You really allow me to make the content that I do every single day, and I hope I can make it worth your guys' while and add to your PokeMMO journey. Thanks again so much for watching the entire video, and have a great day.